What's going on, guys? Proto here. Today we're going to be going over breaches and the FEC. We're going to look at collecting data and how it's going to help you.
Because the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
What's going on, guys? Proto here. So today we're going to be going over breaches and the FEC. We're going to look at collecting data, and I'm going to go over some reasons why it's good for you depending on your use case. So first off, let's make sure I'm on the right screen. We're going to have the introduction. We're going to go over the FEC website a bit, what pastes are, and then the quick conclusion. That'll be then going over into VirtualBox and showing you how I have everything set up and how to do this. So legal stuff first. This is for educational purposes only. I don't condone unethical or illegal hacking. I don't condone unauthorized access to accounts, and I do not condone doxing. Again, this is all public information I'm showing you. This is all out there. We will talk about some gray areas that I will cover. So the introduction, we have the FEC, it's the Federal Election Commission. That portion of the video is only going to be applying to the United States. I don't have a use case to go outside of the United States and see if there are any other places that have something like this. But if you are doing work in the US or whatever your use case for this stuff may be, this is a great source of information. And then we have pastes. Those are plain text documents, usually referred to during data breaches. If you go on Have I Been Pwned and you type in your email address, you'll see that you are part of X amount of breaches. With that, you can then usually see at least what breach it was in terms of what the document may be, the name of the document. And we'll go over that shortly. And then one other thing that I want to hit on is something that I haven't done always. I've done it in a few of my videos, but practice using this stuff in a virtual machine. So if you watch this video or you go along with these videos, don't do this on your host machine. Do it on a virtual machine. So the first thing is going to be the FEC. It's the Federal Election Commission. And the cool thing is the website will host public information on campaign donors and other election information. We really only care about the donor information. It's publicly available, and a lot of times you'll get their name, their full name, their address, and their contribution amount. There are times where they fill out the entire sheet, because you'll get an image, and I'll show you it later, of their document. I believe it would be a PDF or a JPEG that gets pulled up of the document that they fill out. And so on that, they have areas for their name, address, and everything else. If they fill that out, then you're able to see it. You have the ability to search multiple years, and you can download not just one or two, but you can download an entire set of data. I have one that I downloaded for this just as a test, and it was an enormous amount of data. But what's the reason why? Why would we do this? Well, depending on what you're doing, if you are trying to hide somebody, if you're trying to see, okay, hey, we've gotten your social media footprint or your online footprint pretty much gone, this is a great place to check to make sure that they aren't donating under their name, and if they are, they're putting it under either an alias address or through a company. Maybe you're trying to keep track on a subject that you know donates. Well, on this, you might get their address, or you might get, hey, this is where they work now. So those are kind of the things that can be helpful for this. Then we have the pastes. It's the gray area. Sorry if that just got a little wonky. I just hit the mic. This is the gray area. Some say it's the black hat version of this OSINT world and information gathering. And they say that because the information is from some type of data breach. And the data breach will usually come from unethical or illegal access to an account. The best pastes are removed pretty quickly, and I say removed from the internet quite rapidly. They're not removed from the internet. They are removed from the clearnet. They're removed from the surface web. They're removed from whatever word you want to use. You won't be able to just Google them. there is a combo list out there which has a list of multiple breaches. You can find it on a handful of different websites, but it gets taken down relatively soon, and you never know if it's the actual thing. The true breaches you will have to pay for. It'll be Bitcoin, Monero, whatever cryptocurrency, and you'll have to pay for it. Having these pastes are good for red team operations, as well as just personal safety. You want to see if you're in a breach, you're able to find it, see what password they used. Every account now, you should be changing your passwords and using password manager and using strong passwords. However, if you're not, if you are able to download a breach and see that your password is in it, you now know which password you should change. And if you have one in there, you should just change all of your passwords. These are the resources. This is the website we're going to go to. Here. And then this is the other book that I used. This is the OSINT book by Michael Bazzell. This is the 9th edition, the newest edition. This is the one that I used when I made this VM that I'm going to show you as well. Here's my information. Got the website down at the bottom. Instagram here, that's the best way to check out my stuff. I also have a YouTube, which you might be watching it here. I think I just hit 100 subscribers, so that's pretty cool. I do want to say before we go on that I will be having some stuff dropping probably March. January and February are going to be quick months for me in terms of a lot of things going on, but I hope to have a couple t-shirts dropped at minimum. And then I have been working on Project 2084 in the background, so I'm hoping that I can get that, at least a pre-order or a prototype launch done in March. The prototype launch will be done at a relatively cheaper cost, but you will have the perk of having a prototype kit, and it will be pretty much the same as the finalized kit, just a little less cool looking, and it's pretty much the same stuff you're getting for cheaper, so keep your eye out for that. We're going to pause here, and I'm going to go load up the VM. Alrighty, so here are the VMs that I have, and I'll get rid of myself. I have a handful. I did a TCM class, so here's the couple ones that we have. I believe all these are kind of outdated in terms of being able to work. I have the CSI Linux one. I really like CSI Linux. I've been using it a little bit more, and it's a very good operating system, especially for doing OSINT investigations. However, it is quite large of a download, and there is a bit of a learning curve. I believe I did a video going over CSI Linux and a bunch of different operating systems. I'll throw it up in one of these corners here. I don't know, it'll be somewhere. And then I have my random ones. You can get a Microsoft VM for free. If you want to know how to do that, let me know and I'll do a quick video on it. But the most important ones are right here, the OSINT VMs. In the Michael Bazzell book, you create your OSINT VM. You have the original, which is you don't want to mess with, and then you have the clones. This is where you do all the work on. This is what I suggest doing with whatever you do. If you have a Kali machine, have your Kali original. That's where you do, your bare bones updates. Then you have a clone where you do all of the extra fun stuff. You add this program, add that, change this, and if something breaks, one, you can revert to a snapshot, but two, if you have to trash the entire thing, you can just go back and create a clone from the original one. So we're going to start this. I'll bring this back up once it loads. Alright, so right now we're in my OSINT VM. What I do want to say is if there is some jumping around the video, my second monitor is an odd size, so if I have to jump around to make things fit, that's why the video might look a little choppy. So the first thing we're going to do is go over the FEC stuff. So in Chrome, you're going to Google FEC individual contributions. So bring you to the search here. So this is what you might be able to get. You can get the name, yeah, or you can actually search by name, occupation or employer, the city, state, a bunch of stuff. So we're going to go and search the individual data. You want to have a year range in there. Don't just have a blank year range. I usually like doing the 1/1 to 12/31 rather than just the 21 to 22. It searches a little better for some reason. So you can do it by the name, and you can search up to 10. That's the recipient, and then this is the contributor. So this is who would be doing the donating. You can do it by name, zip code. My scroll wheel isn't working. City, occupation, employer, image number if you have it. Oh, just getting slow there. So we'll do city, and I'll go with LA, and that's if this wants to unfreeze. All right, we're back. I think I said LA, so we're just gonna try LA. So from here, you can do quite a few things. You can organize it by name, recipient, the amount, all of that. And you'll see right here, this is the amount. We will go with, we're going to change it to the highest amount. And then, ooh, look at that. A California person going to the Texas Democratic Party. That's quite a few states away. So, oh, we have somebody who is an actor-director. And they filled out all of this information. Now, if you click Open Image, and I'm not going to, because if I do that, then you're going to see all of their information. And while this is public information, I don't like doxing people. So if their address does pop up, I really don't feel like doing all the work to edit it. So here's what I'll do. I'm going to open it, and what you will then see is a version that's similar. These are the forms that you would see. So it'll give you the name of the committee, their name, their address, and then all the other information that they might fill out. Now, there is other information that they can put on there. I have seen phone numbers. Whether that was a fluke or not, I'm not sure. But this is what you would be seeing if you click this Open Image button. So you have all of these pages here, or all these people, sorry. You can export it. You can export it as a CSV. It's quite a large file. So if I go here, you would get this type of CSV. Now, all right. So I had to open it up in my host machine. But we will do this. So you can download the entire CSV, and you'll get all of this information. You'll get the committee number, the committee, the report year, the image number, which this is important. This is that image search function. So instead of having to just search by the name, if you download the entire CSV for whatever reason you need, you can actually just search by that image number. So you'll get all of this, and to the right, if I scroll a little bit more, is going to be their addresses and such. But you can now search this, you can edit this however you want, get rid of all the extraneous information, and now you have a full list of data with current addresses, hopefully work information, and who they're donating money to. Again, this would be very good for any type of, red team op for a company, trying to use some social engineering, talking to people if you need to get information, as well as if you're just trying to keep tabs on somebody that you are maybe doing protection for, executive protection or whatever that may be. So we've looked at this. Let's go look at the pastes now. Alright, so we're back in my VM. It's running kind of slow. I don't know what I have going on. Maybe I just have too much, or I didn't give this enough memory. Thought I did. Either way, we're going to search for anon files. Once this loads. So here is the anon files webpage. It's an anonymous file upload. You can't search this. Proto, why are you showing me this? Well, if you go back to a couple of my videos before, and I'll see if I can put a little card up here, but if we go to Google and we type in, if I can type, and we'll do we're going to use the Google Dorks function to be able to search that site. So, COMB is a collection of major breaches, is what I believe it stands for. It's on here somewhere. I'm not in LA, just to let you guys know. It's VPN. I haven't been able to find it. It's a hit or a miss. The other thing with this breach list, it's close to, I think it was like 250 gigs the last time I read something about it. It was an enormous amount of data. But you can search breach. But the best thing that I've seen to search, test@test.com. If you can find a paste with this in it, you're not going to really find paste. You're going to find more full documents to download, obviously. But if you can find this in the paste, that's usually going to be a data breach of some sort. So you can find a bunch of passwords and things of that nature through this. The one thing I haven't done is actually downloaded anything from anon files. One, I don't have the space. My one hard drive is not full, but I'm only using it for certain things, and I'm waiting for another hard drive to come in. Two, I'd like to do this in a more secure environment. I wouldn't be doing this for my home network and things like that. Now we have the next thing, which is the actual pastes that we talked about. Pastebin. Pastebin is great because it's just the plain text stuff that's pasted in. So this is where you can do just the same search from the Google Dorks, but this is where the test@test.com comes in. So as you can see, just from the few first, I'll say, links, you have email lists, and with those lists might come password lists. So there you go, you have a hacked email list number 1. Now some of these will only put the email, which is fine, because what we're going to do now is we'll just take this one right here. We're going to copy that. We're going to go to Have I Been Pwned. And we're going to put this email in there. And we're going to see if it's been pwned. You're going to see, oh no. So you're going to see they were in the MyFitnessPal breach back in 2018 and the Zynga breach in 2019. And this is the paste that they were found in. And this is the paste title. Now, you'll see in the bottom left, I'm trying to point, but, you know, I'm behind a computer screen. Bottom left-hand corner of my screen here, you'll see it says pastebin.com, and it gives you the paste. So we're going to open that and see what happens. And here we go. Here's the pastebin list of everything. Now, it only has emails if you see. If I go through and just go, it's just emails. However, that's still fine depending on your use case. If you're just looking for yourself to see if you're breached, or let's say again you're doing the executive protection, you're running through their emails, see if they've been breached. Once you find that out, run it and have I been pwned. It'll tell you right away. If we do the basic, we'll do spam at gmail.com, 172 breaches. So you can see all of these different breaches that have happened that spam at Gmail has been in. Quite a few. And then if we scroll down again, these are all the different, freezing here. These are all the different pastes and breaches that it has been found in. So what's the reason I show you this all? Well, it's good to have. How does this relate to OSINT? Well, this is all open source information that you're getting. You're able to now see if you've been in a breach, if somebody that you're working for has been in a breach, and you've been able to see open source, hopefully address, but at minimum workplace and name data for people giving contributions to different political parties. Again, all of this can help whatever use case you have, so long as you use this in the way that it was intended. You're not trying to get something more out of it than you can. This is only going to give you maybe an email and a password. It might give you a hash using the have I been pwned and using the pastes. The FEC data, that's most likely only going to give you a name and address, but that's somewhere to start and that's somewhere to go from, and you can now use that information and use the other tools that I've talked about in my past videos to enhance your investigative abilities. So with that, I appreciate you guys' time. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. Have a great weekend. And I'll be doing some short videos, at least, maybe not full ones like this, but short videos just to keep you guys updated with what I'm doing. So thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, do all of that fun stuff. Give me a comment. Let me know if you have any questions. And have a great rest of the day.
Because the road to hell is paved with good intentions.